Yoga basics, plank pose. We've been calling plank pose Kumbakasana at yoga teacher training. Traditionally, plank pose doesn't actually have a Sanskrit name because it's not actually included in Ashtanga yoga. In traditional Ashtanga yoga, there's a transition directly from Ardha Uttanasana, or halfway lift, to Chaturanga Dandasana, four-limb staff pose. However, to make the practice more accessible, we now include plank. So in yoga teacher training, we've been calling plank pose Kumbakasana because Kumbhaka means to retain. So Kumbakasana translates to retention pose. So plank pose is fairly simple, but often misaligned. Here we go. Start in tabletop, that's the easiest way. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and then extend your feet back, firm your thighs, really hug the thigh muscles up into the bones, and imagine like you're pressing your heels against an imaginary wall behind you. And then imagine like you can push the crown of your head, that's this, the tippy top of your head, through a wall in front of you. Firm the lower belly. So imagine like you're wearing muscle underwear, I've got my muscle underwear on, and just go in and up with your lower belly, and as well as the pelvic floor. So we want to just be really strong here, retention pose. Now, common misalignments include sinking the hips or lifting the hips. So try to keep the hips in a line. Other common misalignments are winging the shoulders, that looks like this. We fall in the shoulders, or overly rounding or overly doming between the shoulders. So try to find a neutral space in your shoulder girdle. In other words, while you're pushing the floor away from you, imagine like you're spreading your collarbones away from each other. In this way, you'll be really nice and strong in your plank pose. This is quite an active pose. You should feel it in your arms, in your core, in your lower abs. You should really feel like you're doing something here, and you should start to heat up. I'm heating up. If this is not accessible, simply drop the knees. Keep all of the same alignment, but bring the knees to the ground until you feel strong enough to lift them up. Also remember, every day our bodies are different. Every day our practice looks different. Some days you might want to plank on your knees, and other days not. Doesn't mean you're a bad yogi. It just means you're listening to your body and being respectful. So there you go. Super quick, super simple tutorial on plank pose, Kumbakasana.